All right, so here we go. I found these at Walmart the other day. I found pretty much the whole first wave the other day, but I picked up the four turtles because I haven't watched the cartoon yet. I plan on checking it out at some point, but I'm always a big. I love it when they do new versions of the turtles, and one of the things that I really like about these, and we'll get into all the specifics here in a minute, is that a lot of their differences are explained by the fact that they're different turtles, and not just different turtles, but I like how the different kinds of turtle that each one is kind of informs their stereotypical characters in the show. Because Raphael, who's usually the tough fighting guy, is a big old snapping turtle. He's got the big spiky shell and is larger than the others. So not only is he a cool looking design, but he's supposed to be the rough and tumble. Mikey's a box turtle, which are generally smaller and a little bit more friendly than other turtles, basically, just based on what I've seen from catching them in the wild. But he's got a tough little shell. He likes to paint himself. And he's, like I said, he's a little smaller in stature, but kind of fun-loving. Donatello, and I really like him because he's a soft-shell turtle, which makes his kind of interest in tech and stuff, again, relevant because he's got, he made himself an armored backpack to protect his soft shell, and it kind of informs him being the gadgeteer because he can't get into the rough and he doesn't have a hard shell like Mikey or a giant snapping turtle shell like Raph, so he's found ways to protect himself without having to get right into the fist fight. And what's cool about this too is like his shell armor actually comes off, and you can see his leathery soft shell on his back. That's a neat little feature that I wasn't expecting. I thought he was just going to have this tech armor shell permanently attached, and it comes off, and I think that's a really neat detail. So, and then Leonardo is a red-eared slider, which is the vanilla of turtles. So, all in all, I like their visual differences in all of the different ways, the things that they look like. They all, and like accessory-wise, they all come with this little manual, little catalog that show you all the different toys you can get and how many pizza points they're worth. There's also a little paper code in here in this manual with the pizza, like it said, pizza points for characters, and you can sign up and earn pizza points. And I thought it was going to be cut out points like on the bottom of the package, because each package does have a little call out down near the UPC of how many pizza points, but it's actually a little paper code in here that you go to the website and type in the code to earn your pizza points. Now, if you want your pizza points, by all means, use them. I'm curious to see what they do with it. If for any reason you don't want your pizza points, by all means, hit me up with those codes, because I'm probably going to use some pizza points. You need 50 pizza points to join the Secret Sewer Squad. These guys are worth 4 each, so I currently have 16 pizza points, and I'll probably pick up a few more things. At Walmart, I saw all of the Wave 1 basic figures except for April. I didn't see any vehicles. I did see some roleplay weapons up on the shelf, but I didn't pull them down to look at them. And I saw these giant figures. I saw everybody but Mikey at Target. And they're big and they're kind of posable, and I may have to invest in them as well because they look cool. And they're like 12 inches tall. So yeah, there's that. Accessory-wise, each of them comes with 2 of these Ninja Stars. I have 8 of them, but each of them comes with 2 of these Ninja Stars. And they each come with, well, except for Mikey, but they each come with basic versions of their weapons. Like here's Donatello's staff. Leonardo has his plain sword with the blue handle. And Raph has his tonfas that he can use to fight with. And they have, like, you can store them. Mikey is the only one that kind of gets the shaft, and that his weapons only come, like, they all also have like an enhanced translucent or transparent energy version. Mikey's only come in the transparent orange, which is weird because he also comes with this orange skateboard in a solid color. I would have liked it if maybe this were translucent orange and these were the solid orange plastic, like his skateboard. But yeah, he's got the 3 thing, and then this one's a little punching glove, and this one's kind of like a spinny shredder ball type thing. He can hold those in his hand. So there they are with their base weapons. And then just to even them out with Mikey here, they also each come with the glowy in their color version of their weapons. Raphael's got some fiery fists holding the tonfas. Leonardo has a kind of flaming blue sword. Leonardo has, I'm not sure if that's supposed to be mystic, but kind of a swirly purple weapon. Now, Leonardo, Mikey, and Raphael have places to store their weapons on their belts. Just real quick, I'll show this off. Like Leonardo, like he has this little clip here you can clip his sword onto, although it doesn't clip in a normal place, and it's the guard there keeps it from being able to clip in right here at the thin part of the sword, which would look a little bit more natural. So it kind of sits a little low on his back. So I'm not real. I wish that clip was either up higher or was able to really hold the sword in like that. And it kind of can, but you can see it's kind of warping the clip there because it's just kind of a soft rubbery plastic. Michelangelo has one little grip right here, which if you want to store one of his things, I find it best to just kind of turn it against his body, and you can clip one right across there. And then Raphael has these little clips on the side of his belt to store his weapons. Donatello does not have a clip for his weapon, but he does have a little, you can see the little holes in his back, because he also comes with his tech flight pack that you can attach back here, also in that transparent purple. So you can have him wear that, but he doesn't have a way to store his bow staff across his back, unfortunately. Yeah, so let's give them all their energy weapons. So here's Donatello with his spinny staff. Give Leonardo his glowing blue sword. And then Raph, you kind of have to, there's actually a space for him up in there. You kind of have to kind of shove his fingers up, because they fit on here, but you want to make sure his fingers come all the way up into those open spots in the hands to really lock him in place. So you got to push him up, because these should sit like that. They should sit right up near his elbow. And they're a soft rubbery plastic too, so it's not gonna, I haven't had any worries about any damage to him with these on. And there they all are with their mystic weapons. Like I said, Mikey comes with a skateboard. Leo also comes with a skateboard, although his is in the transparent blue. And they've got little peg holes on their feet, so you can have them ride the boards. Like that. And that's all accessory wise. Oh, Mikey also comes with a set of stickers. I guess you can put them on his shell or whatever, but you do get a little set of stickers with Mikey. But yeah, they're actually pretty good. I mean, they seem to have... Now, we'll see how any future figures in the line come out. And I kind of want to get Meat Sweats just to have a villain for them to fight. But for a base line of Turtles, they actually did a pretty good job of doing the articulation on these guys. Let me go ahead and get all the extra stuff off of them here. Because they all have... my only real complaint is the hips. The hips have that pin and disc joint, so you definitely get some poses where you're like, oh man, if he'd had a thigh swivel, that would have been nice. Like, and they're all like this, but it's just that disc and pin. Like some of the old, what was it, DC superheroes had something like that? But they've got hinged feet, knee joints, and then the knee joint, again, is also the pin and hinge, so it bends and they twist. The shoulders are the same type of deal, with a good range of motion, same with the elbow. So you get some elbow articulation as well as side to side, and they have wrist swivels, and then their heads are on ball joints. I think Raph's may not be on a ball joint, but all the others are on ball joints, so they can look up, they can look down, they can look all around. And that's indicative of all of them. Got the ball joint. I like their various belts. They each have a little turtle communicator, it looks like, in their color on their belt. There's Raph's, although it's mostly just the color of the belt, and they painted some green on it. But he's got the wrist swivel. Oh no, his head is on a ball joint. It's just the shape of his head restricts it a bit. They all have their different bandanas. Like I said, they're really fun. I haven't watched the cartoon yet, so maybe it's just horrible. I've heard mixed reviews of it. I think Mikey is my favorite, but Mikey is usually almost always my favorite. I just like his design. I like the way his belt comes around his back, and he has the upper strap. And he's got all the same articulation as the others. I like his little happy and sad knee pads. He's just fun. So yeah, it's a nice little intro to the new line. Like I said, even if you don't care for the cartoon, the toys themselves are quite fun. I'm really enjoying having them. I always love it when they change the visual designs of the turtles and then release a new toy line, because I collect them. I don't go line complete on a lot of these things, but usually if there's a new version of the turtles, I will at least pick up the basic 4 guys, just because they're fun and I like Ninja Turtles. So yeah, there they are, the Rise of the TMNT. These are the Wave 1 Ninja Turtles. I may get some of the villains to show off, to add to the collection. Like I said, I'll probably get Meat Sweats just so they have somebody to fight. But as just the 4 base turtles by themselves, they're really fun, and I really like, as I mentioned, I like that they're 4 different kinds of turtles this time around. I think it gives them leeway to do some really neat visual stuff with the character models.